Welcome to the Remarkable N. Here's a simple recipe for spiced apple cider. Donuts. Ingredients: 2 cups all-purpose flour, 1½ teaspoons baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon ground nutmeg, 1/4 teaspoon ground allspice, 1/2 cup unsalted butter, softened, 1/2 cup granulated sugar, 1/2 cup brown sugar, packed to large eggs, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1/2 cup buttermilk, 1/2 cup apple cider. For coating, 1/2 cup granulated sugar, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon ground nutmeg. Instructions: 1. Preheat your oven to 350 F 175 C and grease a donut pan. 2. In a medium bowl, whisk together flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice. 3. In a separate large bowl, cream together softened butter, granulated sugar, and brown sugar until light and fluffy. Add eggs one at a time, beating well after each addition. Stir in vanilla extract. 4. In a small saucepan, warm buttermilk and apple cider over low heat until just heated through. Do not boil. Add this mixture to the wet ingredients and mix until combined. 5. Gradually add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients, mixing until just combined. 6. Spoon or pipe the batter into the greased donut pan, filling each mold about 2/3 full. 7. Bake in the preheated oven for 12 to 15 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the donuts comes out clean. 8. While the donuts are baking, mix the coating ingredients: granulated sugar, cinnamon, and nutmeg in a shallow bowl. 9. Once the donuts are done, allow them to cool slightly. While they are still warm, gently roll each donut in the sugar coating mixture until evenly coated. 10. Serve and enjoy your spiced apple cider donuts. To store spiced apple cider donuts and keep them fresh: 1. Room temperature. If you plan to consume the donuts within 1 to 2 days, store them in an airtight container at room temperature. Place a piece of parchment paper between layers to prevent sticking. 2. Refrigeration. For longer storage, place the donuts in an airtight container and refrigerate. This can extend their freshness for up to a week. Before serving, you can briefly warm them in the oven to regain their original texture. 3. Freezing. To store donuts for an extended period, freeze them. Place the donuts in a single layer on a baking sheet and freeze until solid. Once frozen, transfer them to a zip-top freezer bag, separating layers with parchment paper. Label with the date. To thaw, leave them at room temperature or warm in the oven. 4. Avoid moisture. Ensure the storage container is completely dry before placing the donuts inside. Moisture can lead to sogginess. 5. Avoid refrigeration for glazed donuts. If your donuts have a glaze, it's best not to refrigerate them, as it may cause the glaze to become sticky. Instead, keep glazed donuts in an airtight container at room temperature. As always, detailed recipe is in description below.